Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with homemade Chipotle oil. That's right, not only is this a beautiful and very useful chili oil, this would also make a wonderful homemade holiday gift. And don't forget our mantra for homemade gifts, you're not cheap, you're creative. Alright, so let's get started. This could not be easier. In some kind of heat-proof bowl, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ground chipotle pepper. This is made from jalapeno peppers that are smoked, dried, and ground into a powder. Alright, next we're going to go over to the stove, and in a small saucepan, I'm going to pour in 2 cups of a neutral vegetable oil. Pretty much anything will work. You just don't want something like olive oil or walnut oil or something that's flavored. I'm using canola oil here. We're going to put that on medium heat, and we're going to bring that up to about 160, 165, something like that. All right, we don't want it super hot. We don't really want to cook the spice, but we do want it very warm so it draws out a lot of the flavor and even more importantly, that beautiful, beautiful color. So you're simply going to stir that in, whisk it in really, really well. And I know you're going to ask, will this work with other spices? I can't stand Chipotle. I would never give this to my worst enemy. I guess any spice would really work here that would impart a flavor and a color. Things like curry powders, turmeric, smoked paprika, things like that would work. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with aluminum foil and then just set it in a nice, safe place where it's not going to get knocked over. All right, doesn't need to be hot, doesn't need to be a cold spot, just room temperature anywhere, some back room, and leave it for a week. Or you can do this in as little as a day and it will flavor and color the oil, just not as well. So if you really don't care about the person you're giving this to and you're just going through the motions, a day is fine. But if you want it to come out really nice, leave it for like a week. All right, and that's really it. It is quite simple to make. Okay, so before we bottle it, of course, we're going to strain it. I'm going to just use a very, very fine sieve. All right, one of these wire mesh type works very well. Yes, a little bit of that powder is going to go through. I think for me, it adds a little extra spice. Of course, the trade-off is it's going to settle and you're going to get a little bit of that chipotle spice at the bottom of the bottle. If you want this extra fancy and extra fine, you could put it through a coffee filter, which is of course going to take longer to drain, but it will come out clearer. Now to package this, if you're just using this around your kitchen to cook eggs or fry potatoes, then you could store it in anything that has a tight fitting lid. But if you're going to give this as a gift, you're going to want to get some of these cute little bottle things with the old-fashioned stopper topper. And then I'm simply going to pour that in. I strained it, as you can see, into this glass measuring cup so it would be easy to pour. And that is it. Look at that amazing color. So cool. And this just doesn't look good. It really does taste good. You can use this so many ways. You can use this as a finishing oil to just drizzle over meats after they're cooked. You can use it in salad dressings. You can use this to cook eggs. Just a million and one uses. So if there's someone in your family that likes spicy, likes chilies, this would make a great, great gift. And of course, you could jump on the laser printer, print out some little cool decorative labels for these. You know, get creative. Put a bow on it. Put it in a cool box. Maybe put it in a gift basket. Anyway, I hope you give that a try. All the ingredient amounts are on foodwishes.com, of course. And as always, enjoy.